Today, I will be showing you how to make a chicken melt sandwich. I'll go over the ingredients here in a little bit, one at a time, of course. This recipe actually came from my ex-husband. He created the sandwich. Once he made it, I completely became obsessed about it, but I haven't made it in such a long time. And so lately, even last week, I've been making it for my kids, and I had to make it 3 times. Now everybody's asking for the recipe, so I decided for tonight, on my night off, to go ahead and show you guys how to make this super yummy sandwich, okay? Let's get started with what type of chicken I get for this sandwich. This is skinless, boneless chicken thighs. In this plate, I have 4 pieces. I'm probably gonna have 1 extra left for the sandwich that I'm making for the size. I have 2 fresh jalapeno peppers that I do slice open in the long way, and then I go ahead and de-seed, de-vein, and cut them in slices. This is half of an onion. It's a yellow onion. Also, just cut it in long strips. I have spreadable butter, guacamole spread, mayonnaise, French bread. This is about a 6-inch French bread that I cut in half. I try to keep them about the same width on both sides. And I do also try to keep this edge intact. I have 2 slices of Muenster cheese. I also have onion powder, black pepper, roasted garlic and herb seasoning. You can use any seasoning you like for your chicken. This is just one of 2 that I use. Usually I use Italian herbs or this one. Then I have some sea salt, and you can also use table salt or pink salt or whatever fancy salts you want. This I love. I love Lawry's seasoning salt. And so these are the 5 ingredients that I have to season the chicken on both sides. So now that I've gone ahead and seasoned the chicken on both sides, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab it. You're gonna use this skillet. Mine's pretty used up, as you can see. I don't care. Really, I mean, it's a really good pan that I use. You grab some oil. Don't do too much oil, just maybe about a tablespoon or so. I use olive oil or vegetable oil. You let it heat up a little bit, warm up, and then you add the chicken. Now that the skillet is nice and hot, I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken. I do have to warn you guys though, that it is a very messy recipe because the grease just splatters all over. So I continuously clean it off because I don't like to have grease all over my stove. So I'm gonna grab the chicken here. As you can see, it sizzles because it's nice and hot. What you're gonna do is you're gonna crisp up each side. And until it's done on that one side, then you go ahead and you flip it on the other side and continue to cook it. So this is what I mean by having such a mess. It's annoying because God knows every time that I like to cook, I like to clean as I cook. So that's what I mean by cleaning and cooking. At this point though, I'm gonna go ahead and show you where the chicken is at this moment. See that nice crisp? I wanna go ahead and leave it for another few minutes because I want it a little bit more brown than this, and then I'll flip it to the other side to finish cooking. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes on the one side. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it at this point and let it finish cooking on that second side. In the meantime, while the chicken finishes cooking, I went ahead and made myself this delicious hot Mexican chocolate drink. I'm also going to cut up the peppers and the onions and butter up the bread so that I can have it ready and start heating up the comal so that it starts warming up, and then toast the bread on there. So it's been about 6 minutes on the second side. I'm going to go ahead and take the chicken out. It's nice and crispy and it's cooked. I'm going to put it here on a plate. Trust me guys, this chicken is super, super delicious. Even if you don't want to put it on sandwich, you want to put it on a bed of lettuce, or, you know, make a salad out of it, or chicken wraps or whatever. Next step is that you're going to grab your onions and your jalapeno peppers, which are already cut, de-seeded, and you see this hot skillet that has the chicken grease and the flavors all in it. Now, here's what you do. And this is only obviously if you like to have grilled onions and peppers. So you're gonna cook that up, mix it up for a bit, and then let it just cook on its own, stirring it, of course, so that you can get all that grease and chicken flavor. Then I'm gonna jump over here and grab my French bread, which I've already pre-buttered on both sides. The comal is already nice and warm. I press on it a little bit just so that I can get it nicely toasted on both sides. After it's toasted on one side, then I flip it to the other side. Let's go ahead and check on the bread and see if it's nice and ready. You see this nice crust and toast. This is exactly how we want it. So now I flipped it to the one side. What I do is I grab some mayonnaise. I spread it on the bread. As you can see, I'm running low. I'm gonna have to go buy more since the kids have been wanting me to make this sandwich 3 times last week. That's how good this sandwich is. All right, so that's enough. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my cheese. And just lay it on there. The next step is I'm gonna go ahead and grab my chicken and just hold like that. Just lay it on there. And that's the bottom side. This is a huge sandwich. I didn't think it was gonna be that big, so what I did is I went ahead and grabbed more cheese and I laid it on the other side of the bread. So basically, put cheese on both sides, okay? So here's what the sandwich looks like so far. I went ahead and the half onion and the 2 whole jalapeno peppers, I've put them on this sandwich. And one of the things that if you don't like sauteed onions or onions at all, a substitute that you can use is cabbage. You just basically saute it with the peppers and pretty much has the same type of texture. Okay, so now it's time to enjoy. Remember, if you have any comments, any questions, don't forget to write in the comments below. Don't forget to like my food so I can continue to go ahead and make these recipes for you guys and to share. So you just flip your sandwich here and it's ready to serve. And there you go. Thank you everybody for watching. I can guarantee you guys you will make this recipe so many times.